Hi, this is Bill. So in this demo, we will talk about catalog UI policies. To navigate here, you will start with the application menu search, type catalog UI policies, and you will see it is also a platform capability under catalog administration. And one of the strengths of ServiceNow is you will be able to see sample catalog UI policy scripts already, or catalog UI policies out of the box without script that you could basically observe and use as a template that you can fully utilize on. And a good example here that you see that a catalog UI policy is you have a hide requested for user, and it can be pointed into a variable set or a catalog item. So you could choose either of which, right, on which you'd like to manage. And the behavior of catalog UI policies is similar to UI policies that we have previously discussed, and I'd like you to reference that. And right now, catalog UI policies is how it is basically described it. It is specific to a catalog UI policy, right? Or a catalog, right? So I'll give you the time to explore yourself, right? You could drill down using your PDI, right? And be able to observe, right? And how it behaves. And I'll give you a live example, right, from our catalog that we have created previously. So now let's go to maintain items, right? And as you go to maintain items, right, let's go to the sample catalog that we created, right? And as we drill down to this sample development PC, last time in our previous lesson, we have created a catalog client script. And the behavior is the same, right? So the catalog client scripts, right, or the client scripts will load first prior to catalog UI policies, right? And previously we made a behavior an onload, right, pointed to this catalog item. Now, if we go to the catalog UI policies, let's create a new one and let's have a short description. So let's say make mandatory. So I always say that this is a behavioral tutorial rather than more of like a production, right? So in your production environment, you have to name it accordingly depending on its behavior. So now the good thing here is like it's pointed to catalog item, right? And under application global of applies to catalog item, right? And now the catalog UI policy will have this condition first, right? Applied before implementing what to do, right? So one of the advantages, if you drop down, it auto detects the variable already, right? When to apply. So right now, so let's say first name is not empty, right? And the course of action, right? So let's save this one. It's either we run the script, right? Or basically run a catalog UI policy action. So in my ServiceNow administration course, right, I created a video there that basically shows a UI policy, a catalog UI policy. So I more dealt on the no-code approach. Since this is a scripting course or developer course, we are pointed more on the script, right? So what we're trying to say is when this is true, right, then this script will happen, right? So let's create a script, right? So now, of course, let's create a try catch, right? And upon doing a try catch, so let's do that, and let's have an error, right? So basically, just to ensure that if there's an error, we get to catch it, right? And now let's use a g underscore form, right? Dot then set to mandatory, right? Though after setting to mandatory, right? So it's asking for a field name, right? So that is the variable, the field, which is type string, and the value is Boolean. So Boolean is either true or false, and you can see void, meaning it's returning nothing, right? So since it is type string, so you already know that the variable is first name, right? And now it's separated by a comma. And let's say the Boolean value is true, right? And now let's end with a semicolon. Now, upon doing that, right, we have set it mandatory. Then we do an alert, right? Let's say the alert is catalog UI policy has been loaded. So the theory here is to prove to you that the catalog UI policy loads second, right, after the client script, right? So it loads first after the client script. Remember in our previous lesson that we have basically created an alert as well, right? And the alert is basically saying that the client script has been loaded, right? So here we're just saying if there's an error, then do this, right? So I'll keep it simple. Now, as we scroll down, right? So basically, you have additional actions, right, that you could basically explore, right? And here it's basically running the script, right? And what's the UI type? So we can navigate as desktop or set it as desktop or all, depending on what you're trying to do, right? So now let's do an update, right? And upon doing an update, it will take us now to the back to the main page, right? So now you have this variable that we created, right? We have the catalog UI policies and the catalog client scripts, which applies to this catalog item. Now let's run it and click try it. So you can see that the catalog client script alert has been loaded, right? So all the behavior of the scripts that you have created will now happen behind the scenes, right? And click OK, right? So this is the second alert that we have done, right? Under catalog client script. So we have pulled or got or taken the value of the first underscore name, which is still under catalog client script. Let's click OK. And now the catalog UI policy has been loaded, right? And we have set it to mandatory. So you will see here there's a mandatory icon, right? Or a mark that's been prompted. Now, if we delete, right? And now we say that it's empty, then you will see because it's set to mandatory, now it's turned to red, right? So let's have another name or a name inputted. As you can see that the behavior, right, has been set to mandatory, right? So I hope you managed to understand the behavior of catalog client scripts and catalog UI policy scripts, right? And thank you so much for watching my channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much.